Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts, or at least pretend your seatbelt works. Today we are talking about a car that has survived bad credit, bad decisions, and cracked bumpers better than some marriages. Yes, the legendary, the controversial, the mysterious, the Nissan Altima. This is not just a car, this is a lifestyle choice. This is the vehicle that appears in every highway chase video but somehow is never in the police report. The car that drives like the owner has nothing to lose and everything already gone. The car that looks like it just survived 3 wars and still made it to work on Monday. Welcome to the story of the Nissan Altima, a car that started as a respectable sedan and somehow became the main character on TikTok. The Nissan Altima first launched in 1993, replacing the Nissan Stanza. And believe it or not, it started life as a normal vehicle. Back then, the Altima was reliable, affordable, comfortable, and didn't scare other drivers. It had decent fuel economy, good build quality, and owners who still had hope. In the 90s, owning an Altima meant you have a job, you file taxes, you wear your seatbelt voluntarily. It wasn't cool, but it worked. Early Altimas were designed as commuter cars for people who wanted point A to point B without drama. No exhaust delete, no racing stripes, no broken mirrors, no emotional damage, just vibes and gas mileage. Around the early 2000s, something changed. Nissan started turning the Altima into bigger, stronger, faster, more aggressive. This is when the V6 Altima showed up. Suddenly, people weren't just commuting, they were trying to race life. Nissan introduced more horsepower sport trims, bigger interiors, and better tech. The Altima now had sunroofs, touchscreens, leather seats, and attitude. This was peak Altima. Sales exploded. It became one of the best-selling sedans in America. For once, everyone respected the Altima. It wasn't Camry boring, it wasn't Civic slow, it wasn't Accord serious. It was the cool middle child that still returned phone calls. Then Nissan made a decision, a very bold decision, a decision that changed everything. They introduced the CVT transmission, which stands for Constantly Vulnerable Transmission. CVT was supposed to improve fuel economy, make driving smooth, reduce maintenance. Instead, it became a mechanical horror story, a lawsuit magnet, a wallet destroyer. Altima CVTs became known for shuddering, overheating, whining, slipping, and randomly self-destructing. One day your car was fine. The next day it felt like it swallowed a blender. People started calling it the transmission that identifies as broken. CVTs destroyed Nissan's reputation, repair bills ranging from $3,000 to $5,000. Social media arrived, and the Altima did not survive peacefully. TikTok looked at the Altima and said, "You are my content now." Suddenly, a stereotype formed, and it was violent. Online, Altima drivers became known as the people with no insurance, expired license plates from 2013, one missing hubcap minimum, bumpers attached with hope and duct tape, driving like the world ends in 20 minutes. Altima memes exploded. If a car crashes through traffic, runs red lights, drives sideways, has door panels flapping, people say, guaranteed Altima behavior. The Altima became the official car of chaos. People joke, if someone cuts you off, it's an Altima. If a car is speeding aggressively, it's an Altima. If a bumper is hanging by prayer, it's an Altima. TikTok turned Altima from vehicle into a villain arc. Statistically speaking, Altima owners are usually young buyers, budget buyers, credit-challenged buyers, people who just wanted something affordable, people who did not plan to become memes. Most people bought an Altima because it was cheap, reliable, at least at first, easy to find, easy to finance. The stereotype isn't reality, but the memes are too funny to stop. In real life, Altima owners are regular people working hard. On the internet, Altima drivers are Mad Max extras. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the traffic jam. The Altima is being phased out, not because it's bad, because sedans are dying. People want SUVs, crossovers, and trucks. Sedans are no longer cool. Nissan shifted focus to Rogue, Pathfinder, Murano, and Ariya and EV. Sales of the Altima dropped. Dealerships started saying, "Sir, nobody buys these anymore." It's not just Nissan. Ford killed sedans, GM killed sedans, everyone killed sedans. The Altima is not alone, it just became less useful in an SUV world. Is the Altima really that bad? No, it's actually underrated. When working properly, Altimas are comfortable, spacious, fuel efficient, quiet, smooth to drive, and good highway cars. They just have 2 problems. 1. Bad CVT reputation. 2. Worse internet reputation. If the transmission doesn't fail, the car usually lasts. Many Altimas cross 200,000 miles easily. They just do it under emotional stress. Will the Altima become a classic one day? Yes, people will say, wow, remember Altimas? That car low-key survived everything. They really made tanks in 2012. We said the same about old Toyotas, old Hondas, old Mustangs, and old BMWs. Every hated car eventually becomes nostalgia. One day, Altima memes will feel vintage. The Altima is not trash. It is a survivor. It endured. Bad transmissions, bad drivers, bad memes, bad press, and bad gas station repairs. It started as a family car and somehow became an internet supervillain. Lifespans, reputation, destroyed. Engine, still alive. Body panels, optional. Spirit, unbreakable. So next time an Altima speeds past you, don't judge. That driver is not reckless. They're just late for work, with a transmission that might explode at any moment. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and respect all Altimas. They've endured enough trauma.